the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And on this offensive unit, one guy that's proven himself early in the NFL is Eric Ebron.
A very reliable target for a quarterback. They always love tight ends because they're right in their sight lines. If you get it to this guy, though, he can take it the distance.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run on 1st down. Warren. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he gets it down to the 32.
We got this.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. From the 25 on 2nd down, Carr. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They set up the screen to Hill. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Trying to lay one up deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Carr. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Hill. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. On 3rd down, Carr.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's how they'll line things up on the defensive side of the ball for Oakland. And they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Single receiver. Hey, Jordan Island over there. 6.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Samaje Perine, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Carr now on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hill. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow.
All day, baby, all day.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun now for Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. To throw on 3rd down, Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 1st touchdown on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 22 carries, 62 yards. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Carr. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Hill. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. From just shy of midfield, Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a 10th carry for Hill. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Carr, short little throw to Ebron. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run. This is Hill. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Here's Hill. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. On 2nd down and 4, Carr, the open man here, Renfro. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. To throw his Carr. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. They'll run it with Hill. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Trey Madden, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On 3rd down, Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with Hill. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On the counter, it's Hill. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Ryan. Jones has it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Here's Pirine. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Ryan, and that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. They go play action now, Ryan, and it's complete. Hooper, and down inside the 15 he goes. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Ryan. This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Samaje Pirine with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Pirine. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. This is Hill on the draw play. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr able to get this to Gordon. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Carr now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Carr again. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Bailey's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded at the goal line. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and he whips that one incomplete there. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Here's Ryan to throw, and finding the tight end Hooper. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, Ryan. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
They shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down now, Bellamy. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. On third down, Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. Green.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pirine, draw play. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
4 down, check, 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Green, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Now Pirine. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. On 3rd down, Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
They begin the drive with Hill. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. 1st down, and it's Hill again. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 down.
Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. On 1st down, Carr. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Carr completes it. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. A dump off now to Hill. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Carr. The open man here, Renfro.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack.
They can't stop me out here.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Green. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. Ryan, he's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
To try again after the sack, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Watch 12. Watch 12.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a carry for Pirine. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal. They come up on a first and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Here's Ryan, and he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's Carr to throw. Gets this one to Hill. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. To throw, it's Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. They got Colton Miller that time, the first-round pick from 2018. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Able to get this to Gordon. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Let's go.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now here's Hill. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Bailey's kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone. It
always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Ryan. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Now Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Vontaze Burfict able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Lambeau is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw his car. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now Carr. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They're making steady progress. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Carr. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Matt Ryan of the offense, down by 2, 50 seconds to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Ryan to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw. He got 29 yards that time. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. This from 51 yards for the win. And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They needed a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And this, not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours. right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Raiders, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.